Hey guys, what is going on? Happy Saturday. It's the weekend. I actually am going to straight day shift starting next week, so I no longer am going to be up all night working on videos. Part of me liked that, but also I feel like I was missing out on everything. Like I feel like while I'm sleeping, the world's happening, and here I am just sleeping like a dumbass. So I'm happy to kind of get some normalcy going on. Probably be healthy for me anyway, you know. My eating schedule can get a lot better too. It's like it's not really great eating a bunch of food at like 3 in the morning, even though it's technically like my lunch. My body just I'm getting older. It's not good for me. So I'm glad I don't have to eat food that late anymore. So anyway, we got some stuff. I want to talk about these Sleepaway Camp movies. I want to talk about whether I think the value on the Blu-rays are going to be lost. I want to talk about the reception on the Texas Chainsaw releases and the other stuff that Arrow announced. So without further ado, let's do the Arrow release stuff. Let's talk about that. All right, guys. So here's the overview we have for Arrow. We have The Shootist, which is John Wayne. We have Thief. By the way, it doesn't look like The Shootist is on 4K either. We have Enemy Territory, which is a Blu-ray as well. That's going to be a UK Blu-ray as well as Thief and The Shootist. As you can see up top, they kind of let you see. We have Perpetrator, which I looked into that. It looks like an interesting film. Poseidon, which nobody seems to like in the comment section. And, of course, Texas Chainsaw. So let's get a closer look at some of these. Let's do the big dogs last. All right, so The Shootist, UK title, limited edition Blu-ray. This will probably be region locked, so just a heads up if anybody's interested in this. That is in the US of A, as well as this Enemy Territory. This does look fun. I looked up some info on this movie. It actually looks really fun. So I can get this because I'm region free. But keep in mind, if you're not, you know, this may come out in America from somewhere else, or it may not. I don't know. You never know. Some of the licenses from some of these could be owned by completely different entities overseas, making it easier and or harder to come out. And then, of course, the James Caan film Thief, which is a masterpiece in my opinion. But Criterion did put this out, and I do have the 4K. I did check. I have the 4K of this, so I'm not going to get this myself. Perpetrator, I looked into this film. It looks very, very interesting. Kia McKiernan, from the exquisite mind of Jennifer Reeder comes a brilliantly original and twisted take on female suppression, dangerous male predators, and the pains of adolescence with a stunning lead performance by Kia McKiernan. Somebody in the comments right here is asking about TMNT 2. Well, from what I understand, TMNT 2 will probably come out, but later this year, probably post-Halloween, if I had to guess. I have a feeling that'll be a post-Halloween thing. And like I said, Poseidon, nobody seems to be excited about this, but I like this movie. I don't think it's as good as Poseidon Adventure, which I'm assuming this is a remake of that. But I love disaster boat movies. I do. I really do. I just get a kick out of them. I have a phobia of the ocean as well, so that's probably why. But that is a US and UK and Canadian. All right, guys, so let's get into it. Texas Chainsaw 03. The census is people aren't really happy with this artwork. And, you know, I hate to be that guy, but I kind of agree. It's not that I think the artwork is necessarily bad. First off, it's so dark. Like, just look at the cover. Like, I can't even really make sense of it right now. Like, not till I get it in my hand am I gonna be able to really look at the image and see what it is. It almost just looks like a picture too, which could be a major compliment to the guy who did the art. But like, it literally almost looks like a picture. Like, I can't tell that this was nice. Like, I thought that the 4K stuff that they did with the Jason films were literally perfect. Like, literally. All of them were 8 out of 10s or higher in terms of the artwork. This one, it doesn't seem like a lot of people have hit me up and said, why are they doing the same art that they did for the Fridays? And I get that this is different. There's not really like the dichotomy of Leatherface in the film, so to speak. Maybe there is, where you could have like these two sides where the different masks are on. But I hear you guys. I'm just excited that this is coming out. Yeah, and then think there was a glitch on the website where these weren't available in Arrow, but I'm sure that'll be fixed. Like, there's no way that they're sold out. No, they have the rights to put that movie out for a certain period of time, not a certain number, as far as I understand. So don't worry about that. So that is that. That's 03. Next up, guys, we have Texas Chainsaw 2006, the beginning. This one, I can understand it better. It's a kid behind a chainsaw. You know, I'm over the moon that these are coming out. That's what I'll say. I don't really even hate that artwork, but man, those Jason ones were done so perfectly. I do kind of wish that the artist would have just they got the same artist to do kind of the same thing. Or you see that poster, that gorgeous poster with all the clouds that it comes with, the original poster. Imagine if that was just the cover slip. I mean, I would have been freaking out for that too. You know. But I do know that these are stocked with bonus features, guys. Marcus and Spell talks all on the Part 3 one. This one has both cuts, which is super important. Again, for history's sake, I understand that most people are going to want to watch the unrated version, but I think it's very important for history's sake that we have both cuts of these films. So thank God that they're doing that. That should be a standard going forward. We should never have to worry about, like, is it just the director's cut that's on 4K or is the theatrical cut? I mean, I was gutted when Night of the Creeps didn't have the theatrical ending. They just had the director's cut. I was like, come on, guys. They had it as a bonus feature, but not on them as the movie. So this is the right way to do this. Both cuts, perfection. You let me know what you guys think about the artwork. I'll just leave it to y'all. All right, so that is going to be the Arrow side. Now let's kind of talk a little bit about what's going on with some of these other companies, as well as the Scream Factory leaks, so to speak, that Dawn of the Dead got their hands on. First things first, there is the Sledgehammer deluxe set that's coming out from TerraVision. I need to do more research on this. It does look like they did a lot of work to put this out in terms of the soundtrack. I read that they had to get multiple sources to try to bring the soundtrack to life, to isolate it and put it out for you guys. I think this is an SOV slasher. I could be wrong, but we'll see. It does include a booklet, Blu-ray, NCs. Yeah, it's a Blu-ray, so that, yeah, it probably is. But it has got a lot of interviews. Look at this. Just tons of interviews. TerraVision always puts 1,000% effort in everything they do. They really do. I got nothing I can knock about them, especially their prices. Their prices are always very, very fair. So that's that. Sledgehammer, limited to 1,500. And then they announced this yesterday, the Gator Bait films. These are not for everybody. I implore you to try to check them out before buying it, but I am excited about this. This is really cool. I'll more than likely get this. There's a couple other bundles. One of them actually comes with this really cool hat, and I'm a sucker. The hat is reeling me in. I'm just trying to, like, unconvince myself. But these are really fun. These are actually from the Sebastians. And if you don't know who that is by name, they made Rocktober Blood. So the Gator Bait films are from the Sebastians, and Billy from Rocktober Blood is in these movies, and he gets interviewed for these. So good on TerraVision. They got the Sebastian films, and they do have the rights to Rocktober Blood. The issue why that hasn't come out yet, in case anybody's wondering, is because they were trying to find the elements for it for years. They've been trying, and it looks like they're gonna eventually use some other elements to make it look as good as it can. Now, will it be widescreen or full screen? That remains to be seen. But you know, I think that'll come out relatively soon, but maybe not. It could be this year, it could be next year. We don't know. But very exciting with TerraVision. Very, very cool, guys. When Evil Lurks is getting a 4K release from Second Sight, I implore people to get this movie in one way or the other. This is a great film. The reason I'm not going to grab this is because Shudder is putting out their own 4K in the States, and I kind of want to support that avenue to let Shudder know that, yeah, I am interested in 4K from you guys. Now, will it have the same special features as this? I don't know. Probably not. It may. It very well may, but I could also see Second Sight doing all this themselves for their own release. But with all that being said, this is a great film regardless. Look into this. Like I said, I'm going to stick with the Shudder American release, which I think will come out around the same time this summer. This is coming out 7/28 and from Second Sight, so maybe it'll be fairly similar for Shudder's US release. Maybe not, I don't know. Karate Kid, Death of a Unicorn, Quatermass, but this is from a company called Hammer Fist X. Don't know much about that. But it does look like it is Blu-ray. No, it's 4K, so it'll be region-free. World Trade Center is coming from Shout Select from 2006. I'm sure it's a good movie. I've never seen it. Maybe I just don't want to see a movie about, the Twin Towers falling down again. So I probably won't get that. I think living it just as a kid was enough. I can't imagine the people that were there that they had to like hide and run or lost family members want to see that either. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Is that Nick Cage, by the way? It looks like Nick Cage. You know, maybe it's really good. Maybe it's a really good movie. Deathstalker and Deathstalker 2. This is really cool. I implore Scream Factory to really start looking into doing more of these double pack 4Ks of movies together. And I am super pumped about this. I don't own these at all. These went out of print fairly fast from what I recall from Scream Factory. So that's very, very cool. And I'm definitely getting these. These are awesome movies. The Deathstalker films are so fun. So very, very awesome on that. And that comes out in August. There is the Blaxploitation Volume 2 box set, which looks really, really cool. A lot of movies from the 70s in that one. Shaw Brothers Volume 7 is coming out from August from Shout. God, there's a lot of them, Shaw Brothers. Now, somebody sent me the link to the trailer for this, City on Fire, and they just said, please just check it out. And so I did, and it actually looks like a really badass movie, City on Fire. So that's coming out in August as well from the Hong Kong Cinema Classics from Shout. So this is pretty cool that they got this partnership. A lot of people seem to be excited about this, and rightfully so. All right, guys, so let's get into it. Make sure I didn't miss anything else. Yeah, we already went over the Arrow stuff. Sleepaway Camp 2 this August, and Sleepaway Camp 3. Now, here's the thing I'll say about this. You'll notice at the top it just says 4K Ultra HD, not plus Blu-ray. The reason for that, if I had to guess, is because of the Sandpiper Pictures company having the license for the Blu-rays. I remember sometime last year, somebody sent me a link to a Blu-ray forum where it looked like the Scream Factory page, whether it be an official page or not, hinted at the 4Ks for these movies coming, because somebody was like complaining about the Sandpiper and saying, I just wish that they would have done 4Ks, and some Scream Factory page on that forum kind of gave like a wink, wink, nod, nod, maybe somebody is. And I even did a YouTube short about that. And I'm not trying to say don't support Sandpiper, don't buy them. I make fun of the name and I call them Sandblaster Pictures because I think it's funny. But the reality is, you know, I think a lot of people just weren't happy with the announcement of just these Blu-rays coming out. So now we got 4Ks from Scream Factory. Will they have new features? That remains to be seen. We haven't heard from Scream Factory on this officially yet. But the reason that they're probably just 4Ks is for that reason. They got the license for the 4Ks, which is irony because, you know, we learned that Scream Factory didn't uphold the rights to those movies because they apparently didn't sell very well, according to Cliff McMillan. Now, the other thing is, where's Part 1? The rumor is that Part 1's negative is MIA. And it makes sense because why would they not put all these out together? I actually think Scream Factory has come around now that they probably would have done a box set. They probably would have done a box set if they were able to do that. And who knows, maybe they will announce that. There's a chance that Dawn of Discs wasn't able to find this. I doubt that. But, you know, we got sequels coming. Now, the other thing I'm going to talk about is this. Is this going to just like gut the value of the Blu-rays? I think maybe a little, but also not really, right? I think if you have the original releases with the slipcovers, kind of like let me see. Let me get rid of this now. If you have like this, I think this still might have some value to it because these are, you know, with the slipcovers in good condition, and I think there's a value for those golden era Blu-rays now from Scream Factory. So I don't think that the value of those are going to be gutted. You might even want to hold on to them a little bit longer in case you're wanting to sell those. But I mean, it just depends. You have to go check the market. I just think that there's still going to be some value to those Blu-rays if you have the slipcovers with them. If you don't have the slipcovers with them, then probably not. But, like, at the end of the day, I am happy that these are coming out on 4K. These are super fun slasher films. I mean, just ridiculously fun, and I think that's going to be pretty cool. So there you have it, guys. We're going to leave it there for now. Let me know what you guys think about all this. Give me your feedback on the artwork for the Texas films, your thoughts on the sleepaway camps. And if you have any more questions, I'll do my best to answer them. God bless you guys. Have a great weekend, and I'll see y'all very soon. Bye. Huge giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind the scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.